Hey, we're live.
Hello.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
We're here.
Woohoo! Woo!
It's Wednesday, and that means only one thing.
Board
It's
games?
time for Tilted Table.
Oh.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
I love time for Tilted Table.
It's time for Tilted Table. We are going to have
Is that the name of our board
show.
game?
It's gonna be a splendid
Yeah.
show today.
It's gonna be.
Oh!
Hey, look at this guy.
Look at
Dropping the
this guy.
jokes.
Woo!
For those of you that are just joining us, we are four friends that play and coworkers that play board games from the boardroom at Twitch.
Except not in the boardroom.
I was gonna
That's an asterisk, like, you know.
I say
mostly
coworkers.
keeping it
Friends, on the other hand. I don't know about this.
That
We'll see how
fluctuates
tonight
depending
goes.
on the night.
It depends
Yeah.
on what's going on.
Cooperative games, we can be friends.
But anyways, my name's Jordan, aka Axel Hellfire.
I'm Brian, aka Citizen.
I'm Sam, aka DJ Fluffkins.
I'm Joel, aka Foil Stormco. Or as they call me here, LHG.
Indeed.
It's been a
indeed.
while. It's been
It
a while.
has.
It's been a while. It's been a while. All right.
Good to have
2
you guys
weeks.
back. I mean, it's been a while for all of you, depending on what scale a while is.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, as long as that scale is longer than a week.
That's fair.
Cool. So we got a very special show for you tonight. We're gonna play an amazingly awesome game called Splendor. I'm really excited about that. But Jordan, I think we have some other special things going on tonight too.
Yes, we do. Tonight, we are going to open up our giveaway of the month for an awesome game that we featured at TwitchCon last year called Heroes and Tricks.
I remember this one.
I'm super excited about it. It is a game that was made by our very good friend Ed Braff of Pencil First Games. You may remember him from Herbaceous and Sunset Over Water and Heroes Welcome, all of which have been featured here on Tilted Table. And Ed Braff generously provided us with a copy of Heroes and Tricks, which we are able to give away right now. Well, not right now, but we're going to open it up tonight. The way this is actually going to work is we're going to have the giveaway open up for this week and next week, and we're going to pick the winner next week. But anybody who buys tickets will have a chance to win. Stealthy Twitchy, thanks for joining us. We are playing just this plain Splendor tonight because we have never actually featured Splendor on the channel yet. So we wanted to get people a taste of the original game before we kicked it up a notch with the expansion that came out recently. But that is a great question. So if you've not done a giveaway on the channel before, type !giveaway for more details. But the quick rundown is, once we open up the giveaway, you will be able to buy tickets. Tickets are free. You buy them with the tilts that you earn just by watching the channel. Type !tilts to find out how many tilts you have. Every ticket in the giveaway costs 1 tilt. And since we're going to do this over the course of 2 weeks, we are actually going to allow people to buy up to 40 tickets. Usually we cap it at 25. We're going to allow people to buy up to 40 so that people who are here this week and next week can earn enough tilts to buy the maximum number of tickets.
Told you guys we had a special show.
Yeah. And even though Sam is trying to hide it, we still have beans.
Uh-oh.
So
What are these beans?
This is actually the reason that I haven't been on in a while. I thought I was dodging this.
yeah. So for those of you who don't know how that works, we started doing this on our 2-year stream anniversary. We have beans, and half of them are good flavors, half of them are bad flavors, but they share the same colors. So for anybody who cheers 250 bits, you can assign someone to do a bean, though you are all welcome to self-select out. But unless someone says otherwise, you can assign them a bean, and they will eat the bean and take the risk of whatever comes out of the bin.
So I think I'm gonna opt out, but opt into the 2,000 bits for 10 beans
Yes.
at once.
So-
I will not accept individual beans.
Sam will do
Like, you
Sam
have
will
to
do 10
all
beans
at
at
once?
the same time
feel like that's
for
safer.
2,000 bits. That's
Yeah.
a steal.
That's gonna be
That's
a,
good. It's good value.
That's only 200
That's 2
bits
free
per bean. Yeah.
a lot of
Buy 10 or buy 8, get 2 beans free. Ish.
Yeah. Basically.
We can math.
Well, shall we get started with the game? Is it time?
Yes, I think we shall.
Cool. Should we do a quick rules explanation for people that haven't played before?
Think
Sounds
so,
good.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, in this game, we are Venetian gem traders
Ooh.
from the Renaissance era, and we are competing to be the most splendid gem trader of them all. The way that we're going to do that is that each turn we'll be doing one of two things. We'll either be taking some more resources that you guys see here, which are kind of amazing pieces in these poker chips. Half the fun of playing Splendor is playing with the chips. And you'll use those to buy these cards, which are also will count for resources. So first, let's start with the chips. We'll get to the cards in a second. On each of your turn, you have a few options. You're going to be able to take one of 3 different colors. So that's 3 gems, all must be unique. So for example, I could take white, blue, green, and that would be my turn. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh God. Damn it, Draco.
He did it!
Oh, Draco. Okay, so we're
I will prepare while you continue to
You sold
explain.
it too hard.
yeah.
It's the 2 free beans, that's what sold it.
Damn it.
So we'll finish up the rules explanation while Sam gets ready. So the other option that you have for choosing the gems on your turn is you can take 2 of a specific color. It's really helpful because you'll see some of the cards, you need a lot of one color. There is a caveat to that, which is if a stack has 3 or less chips in it, you cannot take just 2 from it. It prevents people from hoarding a little bit. The other thing that you can do on your turn is buy a card. And so the way that you would do that is if you have enough chips, so in this example, let's say I have 2 green and 2 black, I would be able to pick up this sapphire right here. When that happens, I now have 1 sapphire permanently that I can add to my total whenever I'm purchasing, which reduces my need for gems when I'm buying, or chips at least, when I'm buying other gems. We're going to take turns going around the board doing that, and eventually you'll build up a little bit of an engine, and these more expensive cards up here become a little bit more within your reach. The other option that you can use on your turn, the third and final option, is that you can reserve a card. The way that you reserve a card, you might say, wow, this card right here is really key to my victory. I'm going to go ahead and reserve that. And you receive one of these yellow chips, which is a wild. It's gold. Counts for anything, which you can use on a future turn. You can only have 3 cards reserved max, and you still have to buy the card that you've reserved on a separate turn in order to add it to your stable of gem mines. The first player to 15 points wins. Another way that you might be able to get to those 15 points is if you pick up one of these nobles down here. They're randomly assigned, and there's a bunch of different ones. In this game, let me pull this up to the camera a little bit. Am I doing it? No, a little lower.
There you go.
Yeah, so you can see on this one, there's 3 green, 3 blue, and 3 red. If you get cards in the totals that are there, that noble's going to visit you, and you're going to instantly get victory points on the card.
Woo.
Yeah. It's important to note that unlike the regular cards, you can't buy a noble by spending that amount. You have to have that many cards of each of those colors.
That's a really great call out.
Hi, Penguin.
Hi, look, it's Penguin. Hey, Penguin. And that's pretty much the rules explanation. That's one of the great things about Splendor is it's a relatively quick game, and it's relatively easy to explain, which means you can just get into it with your friends. And the mechanics are really tight, so it's really fun to figure out the nuances, the different strategies that are available.
Yeah.
And but before we get started, we've got something on the agenda. It's now in order.
Wait, hold on. I need to ask a rules question
Oh,
first.
we need a rules clarification? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not delaying anything.
No, not at all.
Okay, so during my turn, I can get tokens or get chips and buy, or
No,
only one action?
one at a time.
One
One
action.
action,
Okay.
okay.
So get tokens, pick
Buy.
up 3 different tokens, or pick up 2 tokens of the same color if there are 4 or more left of that color, or buy a card, or reserve a card.
reserve a card.
All of those are discrete actions. You can only pick one.
I thought this was a citizen emote.
I like it. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Okay, so to clarify, there are only 8 beans.
That looks like you.
There are only 8 beans.
There were only 8 beans left?
There are only 8 beans left.
Bought out
What?
the bean jar.
So
Mr. Draco bought out the bean jar.
I don't know how you feel about this, but maybe we can give I will use some tilts as an entry, and if my name comes up, that's an extra Win condition for Draco?
That seems reasonable.
Is Draco cool
Yeah.
with that?
Yeah. 10, 20? I don't know. I have a lot of tilts. I'm super tilted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't you, when we open the giveaway, why don't you put 10 tilts in towards the giveaway, and if those win, then we can
Jordan
do
loves
one
the
of them.
digital version of this game.
I do. Yes, I love the digital version on mobile. I play it at least once a day. That's kind of it's what I do on my commute, and it's also usually what I do when I'm laying in bed before I fall asleep. Is I'll go through and play the digital versions of different board games that I have, and this is one of the 3 that I cycle through. The other 2 being Dominion and Settlers. Because even though I mostly despise Settlers, playing the Cities and Knights version is slightly better, and playing it against just bots where I can just womp on them is a good way to wind down. But yeah, this is probably one of the most well-made mobile board games that I've seen so far.
Penguin, you're right. I bought it at Unplugged last year, actually.
Ooh, fancy.
All right, so I just realized Dead Fish, Spoiled Milk, and Barf are all in play.
Yes! Ooh, and you got the chocolate, what is it?
Chocolate dog
food one?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are the odds that they're all...
They're all
I mean,
great.
we've all
They're not all
gotten bad
good.
ones.
No way. There's definitely some popcorn in
Oh,
here.
It's like
I'm
spoiled
getting the
tutti
whiff
frutti.
of it.
Oh.
I'm just gonna hide here for
It's
a
like
minute.
onion breath times 10.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's worse for you guys or worse for me.
I mean, you did have a theory about the beans' potency over time. Do you? I mean, I know this is 10 at once. Do you feel like that is held up compared to the last time you had them?
I think so. I think
To
so.
nastiness. That's exactly what it is.
Just hasn't been nearly as bad
Yeah.
as before.
Do you think it's because some of the good ones like helped counter it?
I think so.
Yeah, that was your theory.
That was
All right.
my theory.
Yeah.
That was a good theory.
I took one for the team.
Well, I'm impressed. That was great.
Stealthy Twitch. My theory is actually that playing the digital version against bots has prepared me poorly to play against real people, because there are mistakes that the bots make consistently that I capitalize on all the time. So I need to change the way I think about the game, because I'm like, oh yeah, I totally have time to do this thing, because the bots definitely aren't going to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
So
That's a good call,
It'll be
Dr.
very interesting.
It was a lot longer to chew than just one.
Except, yeah, that was pretty much the longest chew I've seen, other than Steve, who would get a bad one and then
And
chew
just-
on it for
yeah,
like
it
5
was so
minutes, like,
bad.
oh, this is terrible. Oh, no, this is awful. Ah.
No, yeah.
And then he
you
just
gotta,
wouldn't
like,
swallow it.
Take a bite. Oh, it tastes like that. Swallow.
Yeah.
Get it over with.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
So how do we determine first player? Does anybody
Yeah.
know?
I don't know. I was
It
gonna
probably
ask.
says in the rules they're over by Joel. Make sure you pick the English one.
Or just read it in the language that.
The youngest player begins. Haha, I guess who wins?
Yeah, not me.
All right.
Rigged.
Rigged.
The guy who read the rule book says he gets to go
Oh, that's a good
first.
point.
Rigged.
Please give it in another language.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
it'll be more accurate.
All right. So I will start, and I think.
That's so true, Dark Citadel. The worst part, though, is that even after Steve realized it was a horrible, terrible flavor, he couldn't bring himself to swallow it, so he just wallowed in the misery of continuing to chew it over and over and over for like 2 minutes longer than he needed to.
Black, red, blue.
Black, red, blue. Not obvious at all.
Interesting start. What do I want to start with? I'm going to go with black. Red and green.
Cool. I am going to reserve a card.
What?
What?
First
Off
turn
the bat.
reserve. Played just like a bot.
So this is serious about this.
Citizens thinking 10 turns ahead of everyone else.
That's how you win.
Probably.
It's true. It is how you win, actually.
I'm going America. Or France.
Red, white, and blue. Nice.
I feel like the aftertaste is worse.
I'm gonna follow suit.
The aftertaste is usually pretty bad. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Well then, this is going in an interesting direction. Let's just do a white. Yeah. Let's do a white, black, and a green.
Blue, green, white.
Good colors. I approve. Nice. Yeah, I don't think we're buying any beans soon, but we will look for other ways to do something similar. So if you guys have suggestions for things similar to the beans that you would love to see us do on stream, we will consider it. But I think the intent was to use up what we had, and then we might bring them back in the future for a special occasion. But
it's
definitely,
getting worse.
what if someone needs like more beans in? But yeah, definitely give us your suggestions if there are other things that you think would be similarly entertaining.
I'm trying to think of like if there's something we can do where there's like a button press or like maybe something bad happens and maybe something doesn't.
Hey, Gin Knights, thank you for the host. Welcome to the stream, everyone. We are playing Splendor, the game of the year 2014.
Ooh, nice.
Oh yeah,
Didn't know that.
it won a ton of awards, a ton. Pork and beans, pinto
Very
beans,
well
and
designed
refried
game.
beans. All right, what did you take?
I took black, white, blue.
All right,
Oh,
and what did you take, Sam? I missed it while I was talking to chat.
I don't really
You
remember.
can only have 10
All right,
tokens.
let me just see what you have. You have
These. I took these. I took these.
Okay, you
What?
took blue, green, black. Got it.
one thing I left out of the rules explanation. At any given time, you may only have 10 tokens.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh, that's
important.
an important.
That's
Yeah.
important. I'm at 9.
Yeah.
Now, so we're-
Yeah, Joel's at 9.
If you ever get stuck, you are actually allowed to return gems in order and swap gems.
Yes. Yeah, so if you on your turn go over 10 by taking gems, you can put back any of the ones that you have, not even just the ones you took that turn.
Does your reserve count as a gem?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So you can only have 9.
Correct. Well, that
No, that's-
counts.
and it's
the
a
gold is a
wild,
gem,
so
yeah.
he can spend it. So
Oh, it's also a wild.
yeah, so this is actually not attached to the card anymore. It's
Oh.
just a wild that he can spend at any time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gold.
All right, can we start over? I feel
That
robbed.
totally ruined the
That
plan.
totally ruined my
Yeah.
plan. No.
Yeah, everything is ruined forever. All right, we're gonna go. Let's see. I have 6, so we're gonna go black, green, and I'm just gonna take the last blue because y'all have been hoarding blue for some reason.
Ooh.
So
Why would we hoard
good.
blue?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know reason to hoard blue.
Hey, McGuns, welcome to the table. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, we are just starting Wolf King. Good timing.
What do I want to do?
And the chips feel amazing. I'm sure they sound something to all of you as people play with them right next to the mics. No, they are basically
wait,
like
why don't you
poker weight chips. They feel really nice. The only thing could be better is if they were like literally etched. That would be sweet.
That would be sweet.
A proper birdie bots every flavor beans.
Literally the only action I can take, right? Besides reserving? Because I can't technically take 2.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And you couldn't afford anything just yet.
Correct.
But Joel, on the other hand, is ready.
I am ready to spend 2 black, 2 red, and a blue.
He's bought that greenie. And he's picked up a new card. This changes everything! I'm going to do the thing that I plan to do as well. I'm going to spend 2 green and 2 black and grab this guy. Give myself a blue. Thank you. Ooh. Perfectly in line with Citizen's plan.
Yeah, could be. So what am I sitting on here? So that's 3. That's 3. That's 1. So I'm at 7. So I
Yeah,
can
you're
just,
good.
I can just pick up. I can just pick some more stuff up. What do we want to do here?
Conveniently, that purchase left me with 1 in every color. Not planned. Nope, definitely
Rigged.
rigged. Narcoleptic Penguin, we are self-producing.
Self-producing.
Twitch, help us.
Oh God.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks, Mr. Draco. Said that when they did subsequent printings of this, they lowered some of the quality of the components compared to the original
Ooh,
printings.
that's not cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I could see. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, these chips. I mean, what is it? Just chips.
Yeah, and chips and cards. It's not like super amazing. All right, what's the new one? Come on. Okay, that's not that exciting. I'm gonna take some stuff here. We're gonna take a blue, a black, and a red. Ain't nothing funky going on over here. Just grabbing some colors.
Wait, is that one? Oh, this one black too. Take this one.
Boom. What's coming up? Oh, the 4 red.
I don't know how colors work.
It's okay, me neither. Legit. Yeah, the we're using the old version, Dark Citadel, and these chips definitely have that good poker chip heft to them.
Do I want to make that? No, I want a green here.
Did I actually remember to update the link on the stream?
Oh God.
It's a good question,
Oh God.
chat. You can tell me if I remember. Is there an image below the stream that is a picture of the box that when you click on, it lets you go buy the game on Amazon? If not, say something now and maybe I'll fix it later.
That's a no.
Okay.
Your turn, Jordan.
You took more colors?
You took
I
more
took
colors.
blue, green, black.
Got it. Okay. Well, you know what? I can't take 3 more, so
You should buy something.
no. So I'm gonna
reserve
take
something.
2 red.
Oh, okay.
So that
Wonder
puts
what I
me
should
at
do.
exactly 10. You have so many
Two
color.
can play that
You
game.
have so many color choices, everyone.
Wait, how many do you have?
I think that puts him at exactly 10.
Perfect.
Boom.
Not that he's laying them out in any way that anyone could quickly count them or know how many colors he has.
I did, and then I picked up 3.
Are you one of those people who plays poker and then just has to fiddle with the chips the entire
Oh
time?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can shuffle these. Yeah, that was close.
If there's no more chips, then nothing happens. We just eventually have to spend them. There's also still the wilds here that people could get from reserving, I guess. Presumably, we have now forced Joel to consider.
I'm gonna buy my reserved card.
Oh, nice. We've not forced him to do anything except put some more tokens back. I am going to go ahead and buy that white there in the corner for 2 black and a blue because I already have a blue to pay for the other one.
You would.
I know I would.
Wait, so I can't. So I have 1, 2, 2. That's 6.
So did the
8.
quantity of chips available not vary by number of players?
They do actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
they do. Okay.
Yep. So you'll have less chips of each color.
Ooh.
I think it's with 3 players. I think there's
So are you now at 10?
5 of each color instead of 7,
Okay.
and then I think maybe 4 of each color with 2 players or something like that. I don't remember the exact number. Maybe it's 765.
I'm gonna spend this as
Oh,
a green. Oh, sorry.
I'm
not
about
my
to
turn.
Yeah.
Maybe you will. Maybe you
Maybe
won't.
I will. Maybe I won't. Who
I'm
knows?
gonna spend that, and this, and I already have a block. I should get
Perfect.
this one.
Ooh,
Wow, that is a very
snap!
fast. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Just
going
picked
for the
up a
bubble
2-pointer. Sam is in the lead with 2 points.
Woo!
Right.
The newbie coming off to a big start.
Spend that as a green. Another green. 2 greens there.
Wow. Wow. All right. I guess I have 7. We're gonna take a black, a red, and a blue.
I'm going to
That'll max me out.
take this.
Damn.
What?
Damn.
It was really awkward, actually, but. Oh well.
I liked it. That's 2 points for Citizen. He's on the board. That's another blue for Sam.
Boom.
Boom. Boom, he says.
Oh. Red, I definitely want. Black, I definitely want. Let's take a blue too.
I'm going to go ahead and spend 4 red. Get this
You
1
would.
pointer. Get myself on the board. Ooh.
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 Ooh. I hate-
Reserving again.
I
Didn't see that coming. Citizen, the king of reserves.
Oh, is it? Okay, well, I guess 3 reserves and 3 wild chips is the same thing,
Yeah.
right?
Not necessarily. You could technically not
that's right,
spend the
that's right, that's
reserves
right.
and buy the cards and end up with more.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I want one of these.
Yeah, if you're very
What?
clever with how you get chips, you could avoid spending your reserves and then eventually just have like all of them, and then just buy whatever you want off the board.
One of these.
That's probably not the smartest strategy, though.
Okay,
It's not very efficient.
I'm good.
Did we answer Dark Citadel? Does anything happen? if
Yes.
there's-
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did.
I realized I was like zoning into the
Okay,
game.
I did
I was
update
like,
it.
oh yeah, we're streaming.
Take 2.
Ooh.
Oh snap!
I don't know what just happened, but it's crazy. I'm gonna go with a white, a green, and a black.
That's what I took last round. Thank you.
I know, it seemed like a good idea, so I did it too.
Quit stealing my ideas.
Too late.
Get out of my head.
Okay.
Too late.
Let's think about this. I don't know if this is the right strategy.
Tough choices.
It's tough choices. Maybe not the right strategy.
Wiping us out. See what you did there.
I took 3 colors of chips.
Yeah. How clever of you.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, I wondered if that might happen. I'm
I
gonna
didn't
go
want to
ahead.
do that actually, but that was.
I'm gonna go ahead and
I didn't
spend.
think you were gonna do that either, but it's
Well,
okay.
based on what you took.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't necessarily think Joel was gonna be the one to go after it, but I knew I wasn't the only one who was looking at it.
Yeah.
If you hadn't reserved it, I
Confirmed.
would have. So it definitely wasn't getting back around to Sam.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. Sure.
So I'm gonna spend 2 white and 2 green and grab this bad boy
Yeah.
because I already
the
have a
options,
white
yeah.
and 2 blues. So that puts me on the board again with 2 points.
Hello.
Double down. Sam has enough chips for us to watch him shuffling again.
Doing
Yes,
it,
Sam.
Doing it.
All right, good. Citizen tactfully
Oh.
blocking.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh.
Citizen now doubled up his own points for 4. Killing it.
We're doing it. We're making it happen.
Absolutely killing
Oh. Don't know what to do.
it. Yeah, you do.
Game is tough. Do I?
I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what you know what to do either.
What you got going on?
Oh, you.
Or did you do a thing?
Yeah, I did my thing.
Oh, you took.
I grabbed one of each.
Oh, okay. Alright. What next is for me then? Yeah, that seems good. Spending that as a black.
Nice.
This is yours, right?
Yes. I'm just not shuffling it.
Ooh. I'm gonna take a white, a green, and a red. It's quite interesting.
I cannot do that.
How many chips do you have?
I have a lot. I have 9.
Oh, rip.
Spend them.
Spend 'em.
Might have to.
Come on, Mr. Moneybags, buy a gem mine. No, that was my plan all along.
No, it wasn't. Shut up.
I was actually, I considered it. I was only like 3 tokens away from it, but it was just really difficult to get to that point. Well then, that just happened. Okay. That definitely just happened. I'm gonna spend these 2 reds along with my 2 blue cards and grab that green if someone can hand it to me.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a thing.
That is a thing that happened. It happened right now. Oh, look at that. New card on the table.
Alright.
It's very exciting. This is a very intense feeling game. Every
It's
time
very
I play,
intense.
it's
It's
just
not
like One wrong
Ton of
move
table
could,
talk.
one wrong move could send the whole game crashing down. Citizen with his third reserve, getting all the cheapos. He's got a plan.
Allegedly.
I mean, if you buy all 3 of those, you'd only be
It's
2
mostly-
points away from winning.
It's mostly that people aren't spending, so the gem pools are shitty.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have
Sure,
5
dude.
cards. I have I've bought more cards than anyone else
Agreed.
without reserving even. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Let's see.
This is your moment to shine, Sam. Why don't you buy that card you just reserved?
Okay, I think the right answer is to be more strategic.
I love it. So that was what? 2 red, 2 green, and a white and a
Two red.
wild?
That was
Or- oh.
2 green. The wild was spent as a red, yeah?
Ah, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
I know who has those colors.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't plan for this at all. I definitely didn't rig the deck.
Definitely would not even just be a free card for you to take.
I mean,
Definitely not.
if it baits Joel into buying it to stop me from getting it, I
That's
feel
not
like I
gonna
win
happen.
either way.
I can't buy it. I don't have any black.
Yeah, I could
That
buy
seems
it,
good.
but I'm not
I
going to
like
get to
3
it before you.
cards. Or do I?
Yeah, I did not have a contingency plan.
My plan was for you not to have a contingency plan.
Sam's plan to grief. All right. Good to know.
Little do you know that before you came into the room, I told Sam that the path to victory was just to hate draft Joel
Absolutely.
the whole game.
I seem to recall that.
Little did I know that Sam was going to take that seriously.
Little do you know that I have no idea how to do that yet.
You literally just did.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess if I was paying attention.
Yeah, if you were paying attention to what colors he had. I mean, he didn't have black, but you definitely hate drafted that other card, too.
I don't love any of these options. Should I take my chances? Oh, that was another rule we didn't. You can reserve the top card of one of these decks.
You can?
And only you can see. Yeah, it's
Oh,
just
I
a
didn't even
random
know that.
reserve.
What?
What?
Restart.
Restart.
I have never heard of that rule. I don't even think you can do that in the app.
Is that not a rule?
It is a rule.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's not a rule. I'm just saying I've never heard of it.
Yeah. It's just like, why would you, like,
Why would you not reserve something that you
I mean,
know?
unless-
Because there's no good option.
I have this reserved.
Because the top card of the deck is more likely to be good for you than any other card.
Yeah, I guess
Citizen
so.
has a
I mean-
bunch reserved.
That said, I don't have any black. All right.
Yeah,
well,
so
that is
Citizen
a
has...
situation we will.
I'm killing his cards.
This
How do
feels
you-
bad.
Citizen has 3 very similar
So you were
cards
like
reserved.
overdrafting, so you have to put stuff back? Is that what it is?
Am I doing that? I would be doing that, wouldn't I? I have.
He has
9
all of these
yeah, okay.
3s for 6
Can't do that
reserved
either.
of
So-
the red, blue, and green variety, where it costs 6 of the same color
Yep.
to buy it, and it's worth 3 points.
There you go.
Yeah. Citizen Reserve Reveal Spree. Okay, so you reserved another card. I wanted that one. To take the free card or not to take the free card? That is a question.
Sometimes it's not worth it. Tempo, if you don't end up needing it.
Yeah, it's
Depends.
tough. I think I'm actually going to take a white, a green, and a black. Just to once again leave Citizen without the ability to take 3 tokens.
I mean, I have 10, so I have
Yeah.
to get something. It's just the things that are available are not things.
You
that
reserve all the good cards as codes and rules, no need to check. Seems suspect.
Is that what I do? I think so. So.
Bringing out the
I-
big bucks.
I don't need to spend the blue because I have one, but I do need to spend that. I do need to spend that.
Nice.
Is it though?
Ooh, no, it's not.
Is it though?
Now I feel like I doubly won. I didn't slow down my own momentum for the free card, and I made someone else buy it. Maybe I'll regret that, though. There are a fair number of things on the table that require red. And I have no red. All part of the plan, gents.
I'm actually the only one with red.
Yeah, you are.
Sam's still trying to buy his. He's close, though, if I could see what colors he had. Yeah, you're pretty close. Still lacking some white and green, though.
What are you trying to say?
How many tokens do you have?
8.
Ooh. If only there was white and green on the table. Rip.
Rip.
Sorry, is it my turn
I
again?
think so.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
sorry.
You have to like.
And she's
I
I
thought you were
grabbed
thinking-
3
this
tokens.
is the, this is the
Yeah.
chip fiddling with stream.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
It is a really good game,
Okay.
Game Nights.
Doing.
Yeah, there's a reason it won so many awards.
Which, how does overdrafting work? If I have 8?
If you go over, you just have to put back chips till you get down to 10, but you can put them back from any of the
Okay.
of what you
okay.
have, not just what you took
Sorta.
that turn. Okay. Was that a purchase or a reserve?
This was a purchase.
Purchase, got it, okay.
Reserves are over here.
Got it. I just didn't see what card it was. I'm gonna go ahead and reserve this sucker.
Ooh, game rule bickering as an ASMR. Jordan, you can't do
gross.
that.
Yes, I can, Sam.
I disagree.
I disagree.
I disagree. Wait, that's not how it works.
Splendor.
Splendid. Oh, I can do the walking. No, I can't.
No, you can't.
No, I can't.
We try.
I think I'm just gonna take 2, even though it's like really inefficient.
That sucks.
All right.
Okay.
People could spend their
My
chips,
turn.
please. That would be great.
I'm working on it.
I am also no. I'm
I can't afford this reserved card right now.
not. Let's see. What can I
But
do?
Sam was too conveniently close to being able to buy it.
I know. Screw you.
I was like, wait a minute. You don't have enough to buy the card that you reserved. Maybe he's going after this other card instead. So now he's going to reserve a different card. Because fuck you. That card changes everything.
That is like right up your alley.
That's actually pretty good. I like that one.
It would be pretty cheap for me, yeah.
It's green. What does that put me? Ugh. That's me not good. Actually, wait, can I just...
Requires
No,
a
can't
lot
do
of
that.
blues.
That is not...
Nothing's come up that like needs blue, so the blue's been off the board for like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the things that needed blues are all sitting in people's reserves as
Yeah, I
they
don't
try
like
and
that.
get enough blues.
I have blues.
Exactly.
I just spent a white for that. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And now I regret my last turn.
I'm gonna take that white for one. Oh, wait, no, that's cost red. Never mind. All right.
Not so much.
Instead, I'm gonna do the other thing that people probably expected me to do anyways, which is spend one black, one white, and one blue for this green. I now have 3 points. I've almost caught up to the point leader, Citizen, who's sitting on 4.
Don't you mean 7?
What?
Let's go.
Let's go! Hey, look, there's red chips again.
Yeah.
Where did
Have
those
at it,
come
boys.
from? Man, that's weird. No wonder I've been having trouble getting red.
What should I do?
I can reserve shit again now, huh?
I know, it's crazy.
It's a whole new world.
A whole new world.
I was waiting for it.
You're welcome.
Wait, what's the line after that?
A new fantastic point of view.
I was thinking.
No one to
what
tell
is-
us now?
No, I was
Where to go?
thinking. I was thinking. The shining, shimmering splendor.
Perfect. There you go.
Okay. Hold on, let me count. Oh, wait. I have 10.
It's like they wrote this song about the
It
game.
worked!
Yeah.
Victory!
This is actually a Disney game,
Your turn.
everyone. It was part of a game design challenge where they were like, here are the lyrics to a Disney song, make a game based on it. That would actually be a fun challenge, I think.
Did I just overdraft there? 7? No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right, I gotta think about this.
Jafar's on the box.
It's kind of true.
You know what? Not having red bit me last time, so now that there's red in the pool, I'm just gonna take 2.
What can I do?
Reserve cards.
I guess so. Guess I should. This seems like what I should do.
Yeah, that seems pretty good.
That seems like a thing you would do. Okay.
Reserving a card that costs 5 red when you're sitting on 3 red. Seems pretty dope. Pretty dope.
Seems like the thing to do.
What's it gonna do when they come for him?
I don't know if that's the right play. Shit, I don't know if any of my plays are the right plays. Oh, you bought one?
I bought one from my reserve.
Okay.
For 2 red and a wild, I'm gonna take this guy for another point. I'm up to 4. Booyah. Feels good, man. Who's gonna spend tokens next? Is it your turn?
No,
I
it's
just
my-
went.
it's my
Oh.
I
turn.
just grabbed
My
the
turn.
3.
Oh, nice. Wait. Oh, I see. Got it.
I went black, red.
Yep, yep.
white.
Cool. I got you.
There's so many red now.
I know, it's weird. Where'd they all come from? Part of me wants to make it a goal to get through this entire game without buying a single red card. See if that can be a successful strategy. Joel's kind of working on the same thing, actually. I see
I
you.
don't know if I'm employing the right strategy, but I guess it's definitely not the right strategy. I give up.
Well, that's just strictly better than what I was going to do, so...
It's nice when that happens.
I guess not strictly. That other one's worth a point. I'm gonna break
True
this.
story.
What's the haps?
It's tough.
Avoiding red
choices.
sounds like a terrible strategy.
Shush.
Maybe.
Shush you.
Hey, Kit. How's it going? We're having a splendid evening.
It's because, oh man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna spend 1 blue and grab that 4 blue black card.
Oh nice.
For another
Screw
point.
you.
Yeah, that's actually a good card. I might own it.
5 points. Yeah. Yeah. Before you got here, Kit, Mr. Draco bought out the remaining 8 beans that we had and made Sam do them all at once. It was
It
pretty
was sad
epic.
face.
It was pretty epic. So we're all out, but that means y'all can start giving us recommendations for other things that we could do to replace the beans in the future.
I bought the card that was in reserve.
Okay.
It was up to 9.
Citizen only needs 4 to win. Everyone panic.
Oh, it's 13?
Sorry, 6 to win. I can't do math.
I was like, I'm confused.
Actually?
Nope.
Oh, good.
Citizens at 9 points.
Ooh.
Hot sauce shots. That's what I do on my stream.
Oh, man.
I would do that.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I-
You guys act like that's a bad thing.
I mean, when you have to do a lot in a row. I did a 24-hour stream once. Somebody donated like 8 times back to back and made me do the Carolina Reaper hot sauce.
Ooh.
Things happened.
Your turn.
This
Kit,
card
we
seems
did the
good.
last stab at Geekway. I streamed it with Dragon Man actually. It was pretty good.
You said the last. Did you just say the last dab?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Oh really?
What other things could that mean?
Yeah. I was like, we want to do dabs, dude. This stream's gonna take a lot longer.
I'm gonna take a white, a blue, and a red.
Well, I have no idea what I'm gonna do now.
Perhaps you should take 2 red. What could go wrong?
Yeah. Could. Nah, it's not the worst. I might be able to make that work. Alright. That's my turn.
Oakley to Oakley.
It's so funny. I've taken 2 on 3 turns this game, and I usually like avoid it like the plague, and I almost never do it.
Yeah, those
See how
4-player games can get real weird with the chips sometimes.
I guess I do normally play with like 3 people. A white for 1.
It's a 2-2. Ah. Short of red. Short of red.
Too expensive. Rip.
That's a shame.
Yeah, if I'd taken 2 red last turn, it would have been easy. All right, I'm gonna wait and see what the new card is, and then I'm going to point out that Joel is 1 black card away from getting a noble, and then I'm gonna spend a red and get this white card.
That is not true.
Oh, it's not?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Don't have enough blue.
That's right. You're 2 away.
I feel like this is like all I can do, so. Slow.
But steady.
True facts.
I like doing this. Oh, yeah, sorry.
I mean, you can still do that.
Okay.
because I will not be competing for it. But
Uh-oh.
oh god.
Oh, this was for the ball. There we go.
That puts Citizen at 11 points. A 4-banger gets him the game.
GG!
Yeehaw, got snake ass.
Thanks for the host, Serenity Game Club. Amazing timing. The giveaway is not open yet, but it will be soon. Very soon. Yeah, my hot sauce collection is far too large, Furiona. But I could totally bring in a hot sauce for a stream. I'm just saying, if we want to go that route, I have many to choose from.
Hey, DJ Fox.
DJ Fox, hello. It's probably pretty loud that close to the mic.
Can you like ASMR the chips into the mic? Just slowly
Yeah.
slide them.
What'd you buy?
Yeah, I bought the red one there.
Ooh, interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and buy for 2 red and a green. I'm gonna go ahead and take this guy for 1 more point. I'm now at 6 points. Coming on strong. Worried about this Citizen guy. We may eventually hit the point where we literally have to hate
Jeez.
reserve to stop
Citizen
Citizen
getting
from winning.
beans hard. Yeah, I
Citizen
remember that
did
too.
hit Beans very hard.
Yeah, that's.
Tortilla chips and a dab sauce.
I've gone down that road, as it were.
I've done cups before. I usually get those like little plastic cups that people sometimes make Jello shots in. That's how I do the hot sauce shots.
Oh, is it time?
Are you gonna buy it finally?
I'm gonna finally buy it.
It's
This
happening.
is the reserved card?
Yeah.
He did it!
Woo!
Woo!
Such bad value.
And Sam has doubled his points to tie me in 2nd place at 6th.
Alright.
Batty Gamer Girl, welcome to the table. Thank you so much.
Should I do that?
I'm psychic.
Wow. Wow. I'm tilted.
Nice to meet you, Tilted. I'm Dad.
We'll wait.
Ooh, buying a card in reserve. Making it happen.
Making it happen. That puts me
Okay,
at 6
now
as
you're
well.
one card away from a noble.
Yes.
One red card, in fact, which you can currently afford. Throwback to Tilted Dragons all over again.
Get a little scruffy.
I'm gonna go ahead and. Do I change my plans for this? Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and spend 2 black to buy this green, which gets me a noble, I believe.
Should.
For 3 blue, 3 white, 3 green.
Yep, that's right.
You are visited by a noble.
And that puts me at 10 points.
Nice.
Still one behind
Do we flip
Citizens 11.
additional?
Nope.
Nope.
Those are the only nobles for the game.
Mm-hmm.
This stream's filled with Skekskis.
Reserving.
Well, that's gonna be it.
He's still a white short, but that puts us on a 2-turn clock.
Yep.
Bum bum bum.
Bum, bum, bum.
I don't know
I'm
what to
nowhere
do.
near winning this.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know if there's a way I can do this in 2 turns.
I mean, I might not be able to get white off the board, so
It's true. If we
I
take all the
actually
white off the
cannot-
board,
I cannot reserve anymore.
oh, that's the strategy: is take all the white. That I can help with, I guess. The other thing that is probably good to note for people who are thinking about their final moves is everyone gets an equal number of turns. So once someone triggers the end of the game, we go until the end of Sam's turn. So even if Citizen gets to 15 points, Sam will get an extra turn no matter what. Similarly, if someone else were to somehow get to 15 before Citizen, he would still get his chance. And then it would go to whoever has the most points. And I don't remember what the tiebreakers are.
It's the least number of cards, I think. I forget.
Ooh, okay. Good job.
We'd have to check.
Yep.
It's never happened to me before.
Yeah, I've never had 2 people at the exact same. That's a noble. How many points does that put you at?
That puts me to 9.
Okay.
You can't stop me now.
I know, because somebody spent a white card. Or a white token.
Yeah, I mean, also this.
Yeah, that's true. No, I thought oh yeah, I fucked up. Okay.
I've had a lot of fun getting drunk playing this game and like in end rounds when like there's nothing people can do to stop
I
you.
mean, you could take that card, right?
I could, but then he would just
I'll just
reserve
draw.
a white token.
Do you need 2 or you
He
need
only
one?
needs
I
one.
need one white token to buy
Yeah.
this.
And I was sitting here doing the math of how I could win if I could buy this card that he already reserved. So now I have to think and see if there's another way for me to pull this off.
But I do enjoy games where like it's kind of on a fixed interval, so you can kind of like turn into an evil cartoon villain in the last rounds with your friends. You're just like, try and stop me.
It's kind of true, actually. Yeah.
I had one of the games that happened was Scythe. I was just shit talking for like an hour with a whiskey in my hand.
I feel like there's a problem if you can play a game for an hour and be so far ahead that you play for an hour, being like, try and stop me.
Well, it was one of those things where it was just kind of like they were arguing, and Scythe is a deceptive game and where you think that attacking somebody will damage them, but it ends up just actually not. You can just redeploy your troops, so it's not as bad as you think
Yeah,
it is.
Alright.
combat is not a thing that you really want to go for in that game, I find.
I think my only play, if I'm looking at this, I think my only play is to take that black for free by Joel, which gives me another noble.
Ooh.
If someone wants to hand me that.
Well, they're just like
fine.
no more blue cards turned up after a certain point.
So
Yeah.
that puts me at 13.
I got very few opportunities to take blue cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wait, so how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're gonna get 2 more turns, Sam. Just keep that in mind.
1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. So
buy as many points as you can now.
let's do it this way, where I'll just put in
Evil monologues are great, Dark Citadel. Doing it the sure way.
Yeah. I'm doing. What was I doing?
That could change the whole game.
I'm tired.
Man, if only I had 3 reds right now, I could totally win. Oh wait. No, there's no way that buying reds would have actually helped me. And unfortunately, yeah.
That'll be it. Well, get the most points possible.
Damn it. I was really hoping that someone would buy something off the board.
I bought something off the board.
Okay, something useful off the board.
You didn't give me many options.
You could have taken coins.
How is that buying something useful off the board? That is the exact opposite of buying
That's
something
true.
useful off the board.
Yeah, I don't think there's a play for me here. How many points do you have, Joel?
I have 11 points.
So I feel like the only thing I can do is try to lock in second place, and I don't even know.
Well, if Citizen...
You're already in second
Citizen's
place.
good.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm.
Citizen's going to win, and then Sam will get a turn, and then it's over.
Yeah, and I don't think. Yeah. Okay.
There's no way.
That was my last
no.
turn.
Yeah, I literally think there's nothing I can do here because I am 1 white chip short of just winning the game and beating Citizen.
Oh really?
Yeah, because if I had 1 more white, I would buy that and I would have 16 points, and you would finish with 16, and then we would have to go to tiebreaker. So
Here you go.
Oh, thanks.
Let's shake hands.
Thanks, that card that you just bought. All right.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
the
Catan. at
player
end
with
of
the
the game.
fewest development cards wins.
Oh well, Citizen would
After
win
that.
anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think there's. I'm 2 blue short of buying the card that I reserved earlier. So, you know what? I am just going to buy a thing. I don't know what.
Just
Can I
reserve a card.
buy? No, I thought about that, but that could change everything.
No, we can't.
It's true.
It
How
would
many
only
point-
change
how many
everything
points do
if
you
I
have?
could somehow get back.
How many points do you have?
6.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
And there's no way for me to get that
Right.
in
Right.
1 turn.
I'm gonna reserve this card because now I can totally buy it.
Dun, da, da.
The different color back decks do differ greatly in composition. They're different price and different value.
Yeah, so the green ones are the cheap ones. They don't cost very much to buy, but they also only a few of them give points, and the ones that do give points.
Sam was going for the
GG.
collect the
1.
most blue gems award.
GG.
Yeah.
GG.
of blue.
Well, I was hoping there were going to be blue cards to buy that weren't this one.
Yeah. The only way to generate that is to start reserving stuff off the top row or buying it.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah.
Well, we have enough time for another.
Oh yeah, we definitely have time for
I'm gonna back out just to watch you guys play faster and more interesting.
Come on.
Boo.
What?
Congratulations,
again.
citizens, on your fantastic
That
game.
was
Thank you.
interesting and very enlightening, honestly. Like, that is the first time, like, that was an approach to the game that I haven't seen anyone take before.
Yeah. And for those of you watching at home, the final scores were 16, 13, 11, 6. But this was Sam's very first game ever, and all of us have played before. So I think
That's
that is a
kind of what I
memorable
want
score.
to. Why I want to watch you guys play.
You want to like learn from the pros?
No,
tricks.
absolutely not.
I want to see you guys be cutthroat without having a spoiler. It's no,
Yeah, lowest score wins.
it really has nothing to do. Yeah. Ooh, we're playing golf.
Golf Splendor.
All right.
That would be funny because then you just like have to like get the no value cards and everybody fighting over those. I'm going to grab some.
What's happening?
Sam, would you like to talk about the giveaway?
Hey, we have a giveaway going on. Type in. Oh, have you activated? No.
No.
We're gonna give away heroes and tricks. If you want to learn more about our giveaways, type in hashtag giveaway or exclamation point giveaway in the chat.
Hashtag giveaway in chat.
You give away stuff with tilts. Tilts that you get for watching. My tilts tonight will go to Draco.
Yes. For those of you who don't know Heroes and Tricks, it is a super fun, quick, portable game that we featured at TwitchCon last year. It is a fantasy-themed trick-taking game. I had a lot of fun playing it. It comes in this sweet little box with the like magnetic flip top, so you can just kind of carry it wherever. It is designed by Ed Braff, our good friend, who has been on stream many times. And yeah,
Dark Citadel brings up a great point. I was cheated out of a win because of rule clarifications and strategies. That is clearly the only reason I was not able to
Another
win.
opportunity to play.
Yeah.
With
So
the
now you have a
rules
chance
that
to-
Had
you
we
don't
reset
know.
the game when I wanted to, I would have been clearly the winner. Okay.
you mean on like the second turn?
Yes, exactly. Absolutely.
Oh wait, we gotta get
We
Jordan's
gotta get
cards in
these
there.
cards all.
No, I was just gonna keep these and start the next game with these.
Seems reasonable.
You can have the nobles back.
You do
I
need
mean,
that kind of handicap.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fair for me to start with the nobles. I'll just keep my reserved cards.
Oh, I almost kept my reserved cards.
See, hacks.
Well, I purchased all my reserve cards, so that is true efficiency.
I tried, but somebody was hogging all the blues.
I needed the gold.
I just couldn't get enough blues to buy that card I reserved, and it kept being inefficient for me to try and like get to it another way. So I just kept going after nobles. This is rigged if you went to fourth.
It's true. Very rigged.
Yeah. So as we said earlier in the stream, and as many of you already figured out, the maximum number of tickets for this giveaway are 40, and that is because we are opening the giveaway for tonight and next week, and we will be choosing a winner next week. So those of you who do not have 40 yet, you will have a chance to earn enough tilts to enter, as Mr. Draco just explained in chat.
Remember to make sure you put your tilts in.
I did.
Okay,
Yeah, you did.
great.
So, I guess I should move then, if you're gonna produce from over there.
I've got a mouse. Somewhere.
Somewhere.
Maybe. No. Where's the mouse?
Wow. Wow, Sam.
Okay, I haven't worked in the stream to find it.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I know where the keyboard is.
Found it. I found it.
Good job. All right, I'll give these nobles a shuffle.
All right, how did the coin totals change now?
That's a good question. Do you want to go ahead and deal these out, citizen? Let's make sure that we're all like, yeah, we're on the
Do
screen.
you want to play more on the side or the lose more on? Wait, did we win?
No, we won.
We won.
We
You guys
won
won?
barely.
Barely.
That's never happened before.
We won by making like a mad dash for the exit as like 150 zombies came at us.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So no, technically we cheated. because we at one
Remove
point
2 of
probably
each
went over
color.
the limit
Don't
and
touch
should
the
have
gold.
given them multiple walker turns, but we just kept putting more out. Yeah, so it's max 5 each in a 3-player game. And this really does change the dynamics of the game completely.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. I also feel like the nobles really change each game. At least they did for me last game.
We were actually supposed to have an additional noble in play.
You're
last
right, we were
game.
supposed to have
1 plus
5.
the number of players.
Would have
I would've
changed
won then.
everything. I would have
Drake-
won.
To
We would've
Draco's
changed
point,
everything.
or Dark Citadel's point, I would have won. Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Given how many I had of each color, I might actually have won if that was the case.
All right.
All right,
Joel.
it's me again. That's the problem with the youngest player rule. It's always the same
right,
person
chat.
at the table.
Pick who goes first. Either Citizen, myself, or LHG. First one we see in chat is who's going first. That's how we're gonna do this. Because
fair.
Schwazi, I'm too lazy for that.
All
All right,
right,
I'm going first.
chat has spoken.
Too late.
Sam.
Sam, I like
Yes,
it.
I go first. I'm gonna buy this one.
Sam's like, I'm gonna reserve the whole top row. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting start. I don't really like this start. I'm gonna take a black, blue, and a red, I guess. The plays.
The real.
Yeah, the real answer is that one of us should just always have Schwazi installed, but I'm lazy.
What's Schwazi?
It's an app where everyone puts your finger on the screen and then it
Oh,
randomly
I
picks one.
love that app. I've done that, but Scott's made me do that
Yeah,
before.
but Scott's not here, so then we don't have anyone with Schwazi. Scott, to everyone tell Scott that he needs to come back to the Bay Area so that we have Schwazi.
I agree.
That's what we need him for.
Yeah, we need our Schwazi bot back. You know what? That sounds fun. I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna do a black, a blue, and a red. Cause why not?
Go. Interesting. I've already made mistakes. Ruining my life choices. Try this.
Yeah, I do like games. I like games that have clever ways to pick who goes first, for sure. I also like games
Most
that
recently.
I also like games that spell out things like here's what you do on the second game that you play, so that it's not the same person in every game. So it'll be like winner or lowest points or whatever.
It's your
When
turn.
Jordan
Yeah.
makes his board game, his rule is going
No
to be in the second round, the first person named Jordan.
Person who most recently watched Tilted Table goes first, obviously, right?
Oh,
Yeah, that's free marketing.
yeah.
Oh my god, can you imagine?
I can, yeah, that would be amazing. You know what? We're just gonna do that. I'm gonna do a white, a green, and a black. Nothing special going on here. Saltiest player for the
what did I
last
reserve
game goes
again?
first. I love it.
always
C695. Yeah, this is sort of a rematch. Yeah. I never go first because I'm always on the show and not watching. If I'm producing, technically I'm watching.
The person most likely to cheat gets to go first.
Jordan. That's just like That's a way to start a game, all right. Start pointing fingers like that. Real friendly.
Real friendly like. You know what we're gonna do?
No, I don't.
Me neither, actually.
No clue.
We're gonna spend 2 blue and 2 red. We're gonna buy this green over here, and then everyone else is gonna feast on that super sweet card that we turned up.
Oof. Oof.
That not so super sweet card.
I regret everything.
Sam cheats, right?
I'll buy that one.
That's what Kit said. I mean, he is over there trying to buy cards with gems that aren't even in play.
I know, they're the best gems.
Pure cheats. What? This changes everything. Does it though? We're gonna do a blue, a red, and a green? Yeah, green. Well, that was easy.
Yeah. To you, my friend.
I'm gonna go ahead and take this for, what is that? 1 white, 1 blue, and 1 black, because I already have a green.
And
Tilted table logo on a coaster. I think that would look great.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm for it. Should we make some tilted table merch, y'all?
Sure.
Some tilted table coasters. I want a fidget spinner that just has the tilted table logo in the center.
Wouldn't it have to be on theme for it to not work well because it's tilted?
It's a cheap fidget spinner.
Excuse me, I would like to buy your defect fidget spinners, please, and put our logo on it.
All right, we're excited to see you too, Kit. TwitchCon's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be
Can't
so
wait.
dope. Hopefully, I won't have to work as much this year. Last year was a lot.
What is this work thing you talk about?
It's this thing that I do at TwitchCon every year.
Do you get
I
paid
mean-
to do? No.
it's
Oh yeah. I mean, Sam technically has his own mic that he could ASMR with. Oh no! Why did I do? I'm sorry, chat. Whose turn is it?
It's mine, I'm thinking.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't like spacing out when it wasn't my turn.
Yeah, I think.
This is so weird. The early developments are all so bad.
Yeah. No, it's like not great at all.
I'm just starting to begin to
weird
process
move
how
that I
hard, how different it is with 3 players. Because I was like, oh yeah, the values don't change, but you take 2 of each chip off the board.
Right.
That's crazy.
Secretly, Sam's ASMR is why we're all still here. I believe it. That's a
Yeah?
yeah. I like it. Come on, good card. What is going on? All right, you know what? I'm gonna take a white, a green, and a blue, and punt this to someone else to figure out.
Let's do that. White, red, 2 black, and a blue.
Nice. Well played, sir. This changes everything.
I don't think I thought this through like at all.
No, I don't think
You
you
never,
did either.
it never
Welcome to my world.
works.
No, this is like a weird start, just with what's on the board and with what like we want to be going for. I'm just, my brain is, it can't even right now.
Yeah, same. Alright. I mean, I guess I just have to buy something, which is shitty, but. It is what it is. I'd rather not be doing this. I mean, actually, should I? I've never done this before. I've never overdrawn before.
You could.
There's a first time for everything.
Yeah, let me think about that for a second.
He's gonna do it.
I might.
Nobody's ever done that.
No one in the history of Splendor.
Yeah. Have to do it
So
the
what would
Toby
I
one
do? I
accent.
would take white, red, black, and then I would put these two back.
It's been so long since I played this game that I forgot how I like set my chips out. I always try to put chips of a color on cards that I have, so it's very easy for someone to see how much I can buy at a time rather than separating them.
I see.
But it's been so long
That
since I
actually makes a
played
ton
the
of
physical version that I forgot to do that last game.
Should I just-
Meanwhile, Citizen has like 5 red.
Should I just
you're
download the
good?
digital version
Huh?
and see how many games I can play?
Actually, I didn't have to give.
Oh,
back
it's still
one.
Citizen's turn.
Yeah. There's. I thought I overdrew, but I actually got to keep one of them. So now
Okay.
it's the choice between those green and the blue.
Dice Throne. How is that, Kit? I've not played it.
Dice Throne.
I keep
Is that
seeing it.
actually like a, is that a wordplay? 'Cause that's pretty good if it is.
Did you guys play Zombie Dice?
Like once, maybe
I
twice.
don't think so.
I'm familiar with it, but
The blue and the.
not super.
Okay, it's your turn.
You own it, right?
No.
No? Okay. I thought somebody I knew owned it. I don't remember anymore. Yes, bring it with you, Kit. All right, I'm just gonna spend. I'm not gonna help anybody really, other than putting a new card out. I'm gonna spend 2 and grab this, but it does put a new card on the table, which may help people. Very exciting. Just
That-
what
that is pretty
it's just
exciting.
what Citizen was looking for.
It kind of is.
With all that blue that he has.
I'm not saying he can buy it. I'm saying that could have been what he was looking for.
Right.
Mm,
Nice quick Zombie Dice, a nice quick game between big games. Nice.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I remember it being pretty fast.
I'm just like have a moral opposition to dice rolling based games.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. Playing to RNGs just doesn't appeal to me as a game mechanic.
It just for me it just depends on how much RNG the dice involves. It's like one game that I really enjoy that I'm totally blanking the name of is there's this game where you can basically customize each side of the die and upgrade it so that your dice get better and better as the game goes on.
Dice Forge?
Yes, Dice Forge.
I really want to try that.
It's really awesome.
Roll for the Galaxy is another kind of similar one to that.
Yeah, I hate Roll for the Galaxy though. Roll for the Galaxy was way too much for me.
Yeah, the mechanics are a little nuts. I still feel like I'm playing it wrong, even though
Yeah,
I played it
but
5 times.
with Dice Forge, you literally have die faces that you pop off and replace. So you have one die, or you have 2 dice, and you can customize the faces on those 2 dice as the game goes, and then each die face does different things and gives you different
This is
things.
so weird.
It's pretty sweet.
Ooh.
He did it.
He's reserving it.
Instead of buying it straight out. That's very interesting.
There's a long-term plan.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure. I'm not saying it's a bad move. I'm saying it's an interesting move.
Oh.
He did it. He did it, fam.
Made it happen.
He made it
Also
happen.
did
He's
not
already winning.
Expect him to do that.
I did, because he was sitting on all red and nothing else. But
I feel that was better than like picking up this green card that I didn't need and slowing that down by a turn.
yeah,
Even though I got lost out on the shit.
yeah, you're probably right. I'm gonna take a green, a white, and a black.
There we go.
Nice.
That was super interesting.
The expansions one. Expansions of this game, C695. I definitely want to try out the expansion to this game. I don't own it yet though, but I think We all love this game enough that we will definitely bring this back to do the expansion at some point. One of us will end up acquiring it, and then we will play it.
Loser has to buy the expansion. Go.
No! Do you own this game? Yeah. All right, sweet. We all own the game.
I own this game, not the expansion.
Yeah. I'll make that deal.
All right.
You want to make that deal?
The lowest points.
Lowest points buys the
Yes,
expansion?
has to buy the
All right.
expansion.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yes!
Yeah?
Yeah,
Deal?
all right,
Deal. All right.
I would like to take credit for that.
That's you heard it here first. That's happening. Now the stakes are real. I'm gonna change my entire strategy. No, I'm gonna spend 3 black. I have a 4th there, 2 white and red for free to buy this guy for 2 points, and then put that guy out. I was just looking at that card. How dare you? This is definitely a weird game to be putting high stakes on.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what's going on in this
What
game?
is even happening?
No one wants the lower level cards because they're all garbage. But we need them, or eventually we won't be able to do anything.
Agreed.
The split that I have is just like not great.
Oh yeah, for your numbers.
I mean, just like I'm sitting on this like blue and green that I want to get rid of. Like I'd rather be drawing right now, honestly.
Right. I mean, you could.
I think I might just overdraw again.
Yeah. You can always buy something.
I mean, like,
Do you have the tokens for it?
yeah, there's like green shit on the board, but green is garbage this game. It's only on 1 noble, and
Yeah.
I just like don't really care about it. It's not.
You
on
always
any
get
of the
more
cards
red.
I want.
Team Red.
Yeah, it's I mean, that's what I want.
There's a red that you can afford, isn't it?
Yeah, but the red that I can afford uses white. Red's only on 1 noble, so I'm already kind of over invested
true.
in it, considering I have another red
That's
in
true.
reserve. So I think actually the best move for me is to do. Even this is going to put me in a super awkward position. So the actual answer to my question is that I need to reserve this card.
Good answer.
Interesting.
Seems good.
I like it. It's a bold move.
I would have been 1 short on the 2 different types of cards I was going for if I didn't do that. So then I was like, you know what, fuck it.
We're gonna take a green and a white and a red. Back to you.
So then we do this, which then we need to
Put back a bunch of stuff.
put back 2, which I think is this. And
Yeah,
it should be
that looks
this
right.
one.
Yep, that looks right. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and take these 'cause that puts me right at 10. I don't mind. I don't mind citizens rejects.
What am I doing right now? There's no red available. God.
Yeah, I'm actually really happy with how this turned out.
Nice.
Because the way I now get to springboard, which
Right.
is like pulling this in, and then that actually gives me just enough to buy this card.
Right.
Nice.
It actually goes either way. You could buy them in either order and it would work the same way.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I got you.
2,
It's a double springboard. Springboardception.
3.
What?
Just need to. No, that's gonna be much better for me if I just do that. So.
We're kind of spreading these cards a little bit much for the camera.
Oh, people want to see the cards?
I don't know. Maybe.
Entitled millennials watching their Twitch.
I can't reach the nobles, but they're kind of doing the same thing. If you don't mind.
Yes.
I mean, maybe they're just sleeping. I mean, I like to nap during ASMR streams.
What do I want here?
Sam just like ASMR pistachio
What do I
eating.
want from
exactly.
life?
Oh, dude, do you mind if I steal a few of those?
Yeah, I love pistachios. Grab me a couple.
Honestly, I would.
Score.
We're just mooching off all your hard work. There's more out there, right?
My hard work has been going outside and putting them in a cup.
Hey man, we're gamers. Going outside is a huge commitment.
That's tough.
Card spread too much was triggered. Had to look away.
I'm looking at after this. Yeah.
I know it's a rough life, Dark Citadel. How are y'all doing? You guys have been having a good week out there?
I
It's
am
hump day.
so stuck by this. So I'm gonna reserve this one.
Everyone go on Twitter and thank my partner because it's her birthday today and she let me come stream.
Aw.
So, you guys owe her.
Also known as you're welcome.
Yeah. I love you, honey. Happy birthday.
Cool,
We like, she wins the giveaway. And we're like, rigged.
Super rigged.
All right. I'm gonna spend 2 blue and a white. Actually, I'm gonna buy this guy just to shake things up. Bet you didn't see that coming. Or maybe you did.
No, I
I
actually
don't know.
thought Joel was going to buy that one.
Well,
That
Red,
didn't happen.
Joel's doing something else.
green.
He's buying that card he reserved. He's up to 3 blue. Everyone panic.
Ah.
That was a good panic, everyone.
Suddenly, lots of blue in play.
Yeah, right? After Joel spent the whole game hoarding all the blue cards, now there are more.
Oh, does that mean it's my turn?
Yep.
Dear God, what do I do now?
I'm busy looking up terrible things you can do as challenges. I appreciate that, Furiona.
Yeah, actually, thank you for doing that. I didn't
Dark
contribute.
Citadel, the way reserving cards works is on your turn, as your action, you can take any card off the board to reserve it, and then you get one of these gold tokens, which is a wild. And then on a later turn, you can just use your action to buy it like you would buy other cards. But when you reserve it, it means it's off the table, so no one else has a chance to buy it for the rest of the game. You're the only one who has that chance. You're basically saying, I'm willing to spend one of my turns to have exclusive rights to this card in the future. Can you pass the cup, Sam? There we go, a little shell fall ASMR. All right, you bought another card?
I did.
Okay.
No, I did not. I
No.
actually
Oh, you-
took red,
Got
white,
it,
black.
got it. For 3 green, I'm gonna go ahead and buy this guy for 2 points.
Nice.
I got 4 points, y'all. I've caught up to Citizen.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, giggity.
More blue.
Hey, I like blue. Blue's a good color. Go.
Okay.
Well, that was easy.
taking my
That
white.
was easy. So for those of you who couldn't see, Joel just bought the white card that he reserved earlier for free because now he has 3 blue. Yes, you can only reserve up to 3 at a time. Thank you, B. Trestle.
I have purchased my white card.
Whoa, the springboard just
The
happened.
springboard happened.
I am going to spend 1 green and 1 red to spring my masterful plan, which is to buy this black card for 2 points
Nice.
and catch up Citizen again.
It's happening.
You thought you were getting away from me, but
A little
no.
bit.
There's expansions on the line.
Wow, this is terrible.
I mean, like Jordan starts like tanking because he really wants this expansion.
I get to a 14 and then just start reserving cards.
2-2.
I figured out how I was getting to 6. Now I'm lost.
Thinking. Get some casual red.
It's a
Just
lot
so I have
easier.
all the colors.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to plan ahead in a 3-player game. There's way less disruption, but it means everyone else has the same benefits. So
Yeah, I mean, I think that like definitely last game, I hadn't played a 4-player game in a while, and I was
Yeah.
just sitting like being like, you guys, there's no. It wasn't even like, do I buy or do I like pick up tokens that are inefficient? It's just like,
There weren't
no
tokens, yeah.
tokens.
I'm gonna go ahead and take this guy for free. Boom.
Nice.
Hey, look, another horribly inefficient, expensive card that is worth no points. Just what you wanted for Christmas. You're so welcome.
Harder on the red.
I like how I left the game to go faster, but I'm not sure that's had that effect
Nah.
at all.
Well, because then you raised the stakes.
Oh, no, okay, that's what it was.
It was your fault, clearly. A hoarding tax to get jewels back on the board. Yeah. I mean, that's true, but like, you can only hoard so much, right? You can only have 10, and once you have 10, you can't really hoard anymore. Like, you can swap things out to optimize better, but eventually you're going to have to buy something. I think it was just that in a 4-player game, not everyone can have 10 at once because there are only 35 chips plus the wilds, right? So somebody's going to feel short if the hoarding just happens to line up all at the same time. Boom,
that
he
one
did
coming.
it. Totally didn't see that coming. Did you see this coming, Sam?
Yes.
What am I going to do?
Oh, buy the card that you can buy with that amount?
Yeah. I'm going to buy this card for free. And now I have 7 points. I'm
Wait,
still
free,
one
really?
behind. Yeah. It costs.
No,
oh, wait, sorry,
no,
not free.
no,
There you go. It costs
You're
3 black,
welcome.
3 green, and 2 blue.
I knew he was cheating.
Yeah, totally cheating. That was my dastardly
Gotta call him
plan,
out.
was to win by 1 black.
I mean, with the game on the line.
Changes everything.
We should have high stakes for every time we play it.
Right. Now I'm 1 behind Citizen.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. Yeah,
You got a lot of other ancillary cards though,
it's true.
because I think like I'm only what my engine is 5 and yours is more.
More. A little bit
Yeah.
more.
I'm at 8 cards, 9 cards, 9 cards. Counting is hard,
quite as
y'all.
Not quite enough.
Joel's at 5.
He's picking some.
I've been buying mostly cheap cards though, so like,
I mean, you're
but I'm doing okay.
you're 1
Yeah.
point behind with 4
Right.
more cards.
Yeah.
Right? So.
No, that's true. That's true.
Don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. No.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not super happy about my engine because the game kind of forced me into it, but you know, I'll take what I can get.
I think I know what Jordan's buying next.
That's
Sorry, I meant.
I hope you.
I
hope
think
you
I know
tell
what
me.
your next turn is.
Okay. I mean, I hope you tell me because I'm not sure.
Okay.
Every single time.
I'm just really curious what Citizen's next turn is going to be, or this turn.
It's gonna be to take more red. Clearly,
Yeah.
it couldn't possibly be that there are a bunch of high point value cards on the table that require red.
Yeah. So weird.
That would never happen.
Nope.
Hot pepper sauces, sour candy, wasabi.
Ooh, I would totally do atomic warheads. I
Atomic warheads aren't even that bad.
Yeah, I mean, like, warheads are a little easy nowadays. Unless they had
Yeah.
some special challenge ones.
you have to find like the extreme ones. They
Are
have
there
they have a
extreme
bunch
ones?
of they have a bunch of different kind ones.
Ones that just like dissolve your tongue.
Yeah.
Like,
Atomic warheads? Oh, those are different, I guess, than his regular warheads. Pepper, I
if
could
I
do.
Google
Wasabi's
atomic
fun.
warheads, I don't think.
Vegemite's dope. I would totally eat Vegemite.
I would eat Vegemite.
Yeah, all day. Hook it
So
up.
I did see this like interesting thing once. It was like a Japanese TV show where, like, what you would do is
Alright.
you put like either like wasabi or like a really hot sauce in something where you couldn't see it. Then everyone had to drink it entirely. And you were trying to hold as long as you could without reacting.
I am.
Only one person would have.
Fury.
I'm gonna
Or
go ahead and
Furiona.
reserve this.
Ooh.
Oh, snap.
Ooh. Kind of saw that coming. Did not think that's what you were gonna do though.
Ha!
Haha.
Ha!
Oh, surprises. Okay.
The question is,
What is wrong with
it?
all of your taste buds?
I mean, I
a
just ate
lot.
10 beans. That should answer the question.
Don't. Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, that would be bad.
All right, quick, reserve all the reds.
Right.
Yeah, take them off the table. Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
Me neither.
Now I know what's happening. Actually, I still don't know what's happening.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna go ahead and reserve this.
Oh, hoo, hoo. Yeah, I don't. That didn't.
I have plans. Don't judge me.
I should have reserved one of the high cost ones
That one time at bank.
I'm waiting
Drinking
for.
challenges are not. Yeah, drinking challenges are not stream friendly. It's also against TOS. You can drink on stream, but you cannot drink as a result of like people donating for you to do shots and things like that.
Well, no,
Can't make
but,
it a focus.
But I'm not talking about alcohol.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about like, let's say we all have like tomato juice,
Ah,
but one of them is spiked with hot sauce,
I see.
so no one knows which one is which.
Got it.
Yeah.
It's like classic Wii foam. Is the wine
Whose
in
turn is
front
it?
of me? I think it was your
Is
turn.
it my
wasn't
turn?
it?
You
your turn.
reserved, right? Okay.
Yeah, I reserved.
Wait,
Yeah.
did I?
I don't know.
took some things. And what did Citizen
Maybe?
do? I took a.
Oh, so that would make
Yeah,
it Citizen's
So
turn
it's my
again?
turn.
Yes.
Okay. Bacon vodka. I actually don't mind bacon vodka. I mean, it's not great, but I've seen worse. All right. I'm gonna reserve again because this is a thing that I do apparently now. Is just reserve.
Oh, that's
Wow.
super
that one too.
surprising.
Oh, interesting.
Really?
Okay. Okay then.
Maybe not.
I mean, I'm literally sitting on 3 green, 3 blue, and 3 wilds, and I have a card that costs 7 blue and 3 green.
Yeah.
And there are enough cards on the and tokens on the table that there's basically no way I could be blocked from that, and it would be detrimental for both of them to spend all of their energy doing so. The question was just whether or not I could get to reserving this without anyone realizing I was going after it.
So the real question is, what's the next move you're gonna make?
I have no idea. I'm gonna wait and see what the game state looks like.
kidding.
Actually, I think I know what your next move should be.
Actually,
We'll
can I
see.
do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I mean, you can always.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you. Are you allowed to reserve if you're over 10, or do you just have to put one back, or are you just not allowed? I don't actually know the answer to that.
I think you just reserve and then put one back.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I would imagine anyway.
I mean, that makes sense. I just did not know. Instead of warheads, there's something called toxic waste. Maybe the sours candy,
I
but
find them the same.
way less tasty.
Having had both.
Oh, I've never heard of toxic waste.
Toxic waste is fun. It comes in this little like novelty
Dispenser.
you know, no, it's just like this drum of.
You mean like this?
Chemical drum. No, not like that, but.
Oh, it smells. Why did I
Oh,
do
wow.
that? Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sam knows what I'm going to do, which is I'm going to take this for free. Yeah, that's what your guess was? Okay.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's impressive. Jordan did a good job.
I'm trying. I mean, my strategy didn't work last game, so I had to adjust. I had to think about how people play this game. Umeboshi plums is said to be one of the sourest things.
Is it?
I don't know.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
I love plums, but sour plums are very sour. They can be. I do prefer. I mean,
Sour plums
No,
can
like-
be sour.
yeah,
Tell me
like,
more.
I do prefer sweet plums, right? Like, it's not necessarily my choice of plum.
It's not a plum choice. Oh.
Oh.
I think I can afford that. That's 2 of those.
You really handled that with a plum,
Those.
Sam.
And one of those, yeah.
I have a plum job. Producing.
It's true. You're not doing anything. The
Heckling.
scene hasn't changed in the whole stream.
I can fix that. Hold on. Let's see what we got here.
He's not even looking at the. I hate you, Sam.
All right. Updated transitions. Damn it.
All right.
All right, Jordan. You know what you're doing. At least you better know what you're
Yeah,
doing.
I'm gonna end the game.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna buy this, and then I'm gonna claim that noble, and that puts me at 15.
Woohoo!
Nice job.
I actually didn't realize I was
That close
Oh,
to
you
winning.
didn't?
No,
Okay.
I was sitting here doing the math after Citizen took his turn to figure out, I was just gonna hold this for a while and
Okay,
figure out
yeah, yeah.
how else I could get close so that I could claim that to win.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that I actually had it.
Yeah, that's why I knew you were gonna take a blue last.
That said, you all get one more turn still because I started.
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah.
I started.
Yeah, yeah.
That's true.
So everyone gets one more turn.
Shrug.
I mean, you guys are playing for out of last place right now.
It's
an
true.
important-
You're playing
it's
for
an important-
expansion.
You're playing for the expansion.
So do you want to throw or not? Citizen is at 8.
I'm pretty sure I can't.
And you're at-
a 4.
4. I mean, you could potentially tie if he can't get any more points.
What I can't get 4 points.
I mean, I don't know if you have something you can do for 4, or
No.
if there's a noble that you're close to or something. But
I'm actually kinda. I would need a couple more tokens to get the 4-pointer there, but
producer shenanigans. I agree. We should fire this guy.
I think he's doing a bang up job.
There we go. Is that better?
Yeah, he
Get
looks
this guy.
splendorous.
that cost me those. But
But
not
alas.
nearly enough.
All right,
Yeah.
Citizen.
I don't know if there's any I can buy, really.
Doesn't matter.
That was a. Yeah, I did not expect to get to 15 that quickly. Honestly,
Man, that was
that was
fast.
not my secret plan, but I will take it.
You know, the crazy part is, I was thinking about it later. If you didn't do those reservations, you might have gotten there even faster.
Yes.
But you did need the tokens.
Yeah, so I could have just grabbed blue, though there weren't 3 blue, but I could have reserved. But if I reserved it, then people might have started trying to block me getting the blue. right? And then I would have had to try and get blue off the board. Meanwhile, Citizen was like 2 turns away from getting either of these, which is the real reason I reserved them, was because it directly blocked Citizen from 9 points.
Yeah, I was surprised Citizen didn't take the 4 for 7.
Yeah, I mean, Citizen took a gamble on not you could have reserved it after I reserved the first one.
Yeah.
But when it came around, I knew I had to reserve both because I needed, like, getting the gold would help me get here.
Totally.
And there were enough
great
there were
play.
enough blue down here that I could just buy one to get that last.
Yeah, for sure.
I was mostly worried that someone would figure out that I was going for this, which is why I wanted to get all my I was like, if I only have gold, no one knows what color I'm going for. I'm just sitting on 3 blue, 3 green, which I kind of got innocuously, right? Like I just kind of grabbed things here and there because they were free, and it kind of lined itself up. And then I was like, all right, if I get only gold, no one will be looking at this, and then I can reserve it. And then I was close enough at that point that I couldn't be stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it because I wasn't playing the game.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I
exhausted.
bet you were even surprised when I reserved this.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna go. I think I was thinking you were gonna go a different color and then like back
Yeah.
into the.
I mean,
green.
I was close enough with all those golds that I could have tried to go for one of these.
Yeah.
Honestly, like that could have been an option. It just wasn't as fast.
You had so little red. That was just like
Yeah,
pure hate.
yeah. I had the one red because it was free. Yeah, the Splendor did look better on me. I know. I wore it better.
We did it, you guys.
Good game, everyone.
I guess I am
Honor bound to.
down for an
There's a
expansion.
link on
I
the
am
stream.
okay for that.
There's a link on the stream where you can go buy it and support the stream.
I almost pulled Steve.
Actually, it's not the direct link to it, but if you click on the link and then go find the
I'm always
expansion.
torn between supporting the stream and supporting
Right.
a friendly local game store.
I know.
Because
it's
they
tough,
need the support too.
What if you could do both?
Right?
I'm not saying that's possible.
Yeah.
What if we
This is what if.
For the record, since you brought that up, we are all in favor of supporting your friendly local game store. That is a great thing that you all should do. If you want to buy things through Amazon because maybe it's not available at your local store, or
you just don't have one.
or you don't have one,
It
or
supports your friendly local
Right.
game stream?
Twitch
we-
salaries.
yeah. Otherwise, we appreciate people who buy the game through Amazon because it does support the stream, and all the money that we make through the stream gets reinvested in the stream. As those of you who were
And
here
by
last
that,
year,
we mean Dark Citadel.
right? As
that's-
those of you who joined last year noticed, we upgraded the camera at the beginning of the year, the main camera that you're looking at us with, and that was purchased entirely through revenue from the stream. And
Which we're very grateful for.
yeah, and other than games that have been very generously given to us, such as the game we're giving away tonight, all of our other giveaways are purchased with revenue from the stream. So it's like, everything you guys do to support the stream, we really appreciate because we definitely put that back into making the stream better and better quality for all of you. But
When are we going to do the stream from Hawaii?
yeah, stream from Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Gonna get a
2019.
few more subs for that, I think. Right?
Yeah.
500,000 bits, and Sam will eat a raw steak, and then we'll stream from Hawaii.
Great.
I'm down for that. Let's do it.
He's actually just gonna take a bite out of a live cow.
No. But I can make steak tartare.
It's true.
Oh.
But yes, support your local game stores. It's important because that's how the board game industry stays alive.
Man, I bought what was that game? Book Xanathar's Guide to Everything. I forgot to pre-order it, and then the day it came out, I just really wanted it. I went to my local store, and then I was just real mad because it was way expensive. I was like, I actually am mad about supporting my local game store. But it's crazy
It's
how
tough.
much the pre-order is
Well,
different.
yeah.
$30 versus $60 in the store is such a huge difference.
Yeah. Well, and like there's a
Rent's insane here, though, right?
Yeah.
That's totally true. I was
Yeah.
surprised, and then I was like, then you think about like, man, how hard is it to run that local store if they got to charge $60?
Exactly.
For this thing?
Right. I mean, there's a bulk pricing discount for being an online retailer.
Yeah.
Right. Local game stores have to charge closer to the MSRP, but that's why it's important to support them because they're not charging those prices to gouge people. They're charging it because that's how they stay in business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And before they have to have a Kickstarter to
Yeah.
stay open.
especially if your local game store provides a space for people to play games, that's super important.
Most places don't even charge for that.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Like there's board game cafes that charge for it, but most game stores just provide a space that people can come play, and
The
it's
one
awesome.
I regularly go to has both a space and a shelf of board games that anyone can
Awesome.
open up and play
Yeah.
free of charge.
So, to some extent,
That's awesome.
supporting your local game store is also supporting having places that you can go play games with your friends that is not your house. Pyro Melter, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the table.
Oh, that chip fell out.
You were so close, but no cigar.
Do you want to go through the regular review process?
Yes,
Even though you guys
absolutely.
have played this game a lot.
Absolutely, and definitely chip in here, Sam, as a new player.
Yeah, why don't we start with Sam?
Well,
what are we starting with?
Let's start with component quality. Obviously, this is the original printing. As people have said in chat already, the newer printings of the game maybe have different quality printing, but we're just going to talk about what's in front of us, and definitely, if you can find a first edition, this is exactly what you're going to get.
I liked it. It was good. I actually like these better than regular poker chips.
Yeah?
I think that the printing of like something nice looking on them is pretty nice.
Yeah?
Whereas like just having something etched in a poker chip is
Yeah?
like it's okay, but these are pretty.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the trade-off. I kind of would want something etched, but I get what you're saying, whereas like this way they can print like a full color picture, which is cool. It's probably way cheaper to produce as well. So it's like, if you had to decide between cool full color pictures versus etching, and they're both kind of about the same level of awesomeness, and one is way cheaper, it's an obvious decision.
Okay, but imagine playing Splendor with tokens that were like actual gemstones.
It would be so hard because they wouldn't stack very well, and I don't know.
No, you'd use little you'd have little bowls instead of
Yeah.
chips.
It would be
but-
different. I think of oh my god, now why can I not remember the name of this game?
Just being able to visually count them easily, I think, is an important part of this game.
We've done that with games before where we've gone and got a bunch of like. Do you guys remember that game like Wonkala with like the different
Yeah.
kind of like they're like marbles but not.
Yep.
They're almost like little kind of clear translucent stones.
Yeah.
We had another game where we replaced the kind of like cardboard chits with those, and it was really
Right.
fun.
Like for those of you who played Saloon Tycoon with us, all of the gold in that game is like these cool little nugget gem things.
Yeah.
But that works a little bit easier because it's just like a currency. I do think I like the chip style just because it's very easy to visually know how many of each color are at a quick scan. The other thing I wanted to point out for those of you who weren't looking that closely, I don't know if Joel wants to hold some of these up, but the nobles are all actual historical figures, and they're like really nice full color paintings of them. I think Catherine Dimitri's in there somewhere, Henry VIII.
looks
A
like
few,
Henry.
yeah, a few others that you may recognize. But that's a cool little touch that they put on, where it's like very theme appropriate, and that you have actual literal historical nobles, people that really existed. The cards themselves also have like cool art on them, pictures of people and places and ships and different things. The only complaint that I generally tend to have about this game is that in the costing for the cards and in the requirements for the nobles, they rely entirely on color to differentiate them. I would love if they had gone the extra step to put the numbers on the cards and the numbers on the nobles like inside the shape of the gem that is that color.
Because they have unique shapes,
right?
right?
And for those of you who were watching the first game, there literally was a moment when I tried to buy a card and could not afford it because I thought it required green and it actually required red, and it was far enough away from me that I mistook them at a distance because color is a thing I have problems with. So that is like a thing that I do have a minor complaint about it.
It could have been easy for them to make it a little bit more colorblind
Right.
friendly.
Yeah, very easy change that they could have made. But that said, I do like that in general, the gems on the cards themselves have unique shapes and on the tokens. So like they went halfway there. They just didn't go all the way there.
And I think for someone who like, and we obviously didn't see this because the game was set up by the time, but like the fact that the card backs have colors that at least two of them match up to colors that could be on those on the nobles, it was kind of confusing. Like, obviously you get to it afterwards.
Yeah,
and
they could have
no
picked
longer
completely different
confusing.
colors.
But if you had used gems,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have been confusing. If you had picked different colors on the backs, you also there's no chance
Yeah.
of confusion. So I think that's a good call
Yeah.
out for like doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I do understand that they made the symbol different on the nobles to make it clear that you get them by having the cards rather than by having just the amount to pay for it. But I do think that there are enough colors in the world that they could have just picked 3 colors that weren't in the game for the 3 tiers of cards. And it probably would not have changed the cost of printing because they're printing everything in full color anyways. But overall, I mean, the cards are standard cards. They're fine. They're not your linen print. Mostly I would say that this, the game box is pretty heavy stock. Yeah, it's not super flimsy, but they definitely put most of their, time and effort into making the art really nice in its full color and in making the chips feel really nice. Those are kind of the 2 things that I think this game excelled at in terms of art.
Cool.
All right, so next topic is one almost exclusively for Sam as the most recent victim of it, which is how did you feel about learning curve?
I didn't think it was that bad. I think like I wanted to hop in, so I didn't really try to quote unquote do the math. So I think if you like go back and watch, I made some very inefficient like gem to victory point ratio, or even gem to like card output investments. So I think like that's just something that you have to learn over time.
Makes sense.
It didn't actually feel super bad, the randomness of the cards that flipped over in the availability, but that could be something that if I'd paid more attention to, like there was a point in the first game where I was like, hey, I have 4 blues, I'll just wait until some blues come up and I'll buy those, and like blues stopped coming up.
Right.
Or it wasn't that blues stopped coming up, it's that we reached a phase in the game where buying didn't happen as often. So new cards weren't being flipped as often.
Right.
We saw that glut of like red cards or cards that needed red gems.
Right.
So, it wasn't that bad. But I do think like there are clear advantages to having played a long time.
Dark Side of All, the final score was 6, 8, and 15 I think.
Yep. So, you didn't do that bad because we had someone get 6 in the second game too. I think in a game with more than 2 people, it is perfectly reasonable to have someone with a score of 6, and that is not necessarily a thing to feel bad about. I feel like 6 is like you got your engine started, but usually there's like someone who just got the right cards for their engine that it takes off. I think that's perfectly respectable.
I mean, I think the thing about this game is that like this is all about like forecasting. It is about math, and like if you need to be thinking a turn or 2 ahead in order to play, I think, a decent game, and to play an excellent game, you need to be thinking a turn or 2 ahead for your opponents.
Yeah.
And like you can't do that. You have to, you don't know how to do it for
Yeah.
yourself. So there is that little bit of a learning curve, but like I also would give it extra points from the fact that like the games are actually relatively short.
Yeah.
So the learning curve means that like if you ever sit down to play this with your friends, you can have that warm up game with someone that hasn't played before, and then jump in. Even though I know Sam sought this one out in the second round, but I think it's a pretty easy game to pick up. It's one of the ones that I've gotten a lot of people that are not maybe board game players. This has kind of started to be my on like the same level as Catan, as far as like, hey, if you are interested in maybe some more advanced board games and what you might have grown up playing, this is a really great start to that.
Do you feel that like in those sort of intro to new player games that you have a distinct advantage, or do you think it's like reasonably balanced?
I mean, there is a disadvantage in game knowledge, but like because I would normally with newer players go, I can do like a more advanced rules explanation for this game. So like I often will tell players to think about the value of cards as it relates to the distribution of colors on the nobles.
I was just going to mention that. That's why I laid these out.
Yeah. Like you can tell right now, even just glancing at that, white is more valuable than green because there's white's on 3 instead of green. It's on 2.
Yep.
Blue's on 2, red's on 2, black's on 2. So white is like got a little bit of an advantage in the color category for this round.
My personal ranking for the colors in a game that has those nobles would be white, then blue, then kind of black and red together, and then green as sort of my lowest ranking one. Other people may break it down slightly differently, but the point is that like nobles, because they're worth points, can actually really drive things. Now, obviously, if the cards come up in a weird way, like they did last game, you kind of have to abandon that. Like, we were all...
I won the first game with no nobles.
Yeah, you won the first game with no nobles.
And I was like reevaluating. I'm just like, should I try taking a different approach to this game?
Yeah, you can definitely win without nobles. It's not crazy important. But I mean, I got second place in the first game with 2 nobles, and I won this game with 1 noble. I think it's a pretty successful strategy. But in that second game, we had the issue where the colors that were the best on the nobles were not coming up at all, especially on the first row. And so I kind of got backed into that blue-green strategy just based on other cards that ended up being really cheap for me to buy. And then I was like, oh, well, there's a blue-green noble. How can I plan the rest of my game around that? But we were already halfway through the game at that point. And because I just had to give up on the rest of the nobles.
Yeah.
So I definitely recommend don't like focusing too hard on the nobles. But Citizen's point.
Yeah,
like,
and you can extend. I also usually, for explaining to new players, like, you know, to at least lay it out for them, is also say, like, look at the distribution of colors on the cards that are in play right now. Like, if you're not going to be playing in the future, like, sometimes it's like, there was a point and when we were playing where the present value of red was like actually really low because there was no cards on the board that needed red. Yeah. And I actually picked up some red, and then luckily, right after I picked up the only actual red cards on the board that didn't require red to buy, all the red ones popped up.
Right.
And so the value of those red cards is actually like in that one moment higher than lower.
Yeah.
And so like you can lay like there's nothing really like hidden about this game. It's all really there. It's just a matter of thinking critically about the way that the mechanics interact. And so for that reason, to go all the way back to Sam's question about like, is it like, do you think that you have a distinctive advantage? I mean, like, you're always going to have an advantage from having that experience, but I think this is one of those games where, because the mechanics are simple, even the times where I have explained the game, like, and then gone into some of the more advanced mechanics before we began, I've played against people who have beat me in their first game.
Yeah.
Happened that person was a hotel revenue forecasting planner, so that made a lot of
Hey,
sense.
Sophian23DZ, welcome to the stream. It's good to see you here.
We're just doing our review at the end of the end of the game.
Yeah.
I see you checking tilts, but stick around. The giveaway that's open right now, we will keep open until the end of next week's stream. So you earn tilts by watching the stream. So if you come back next week, you will have earned a bunch of tilts that you can use to enter the giveaway.
Yeah.
Just pointing that out real quick.
Yeah, I did like the fact that there was never a point where I felt like I was stuck. I did feel like I was being forced to make suboptimal plays, but it doesn't feel like, I forgot what game we played 2 weeks ago, launched or whatever, landed,
yeah.
Where like I just felt like crap. I was like, I cannot do anything. I can't draw my way out of this. I can't even, there's no discard mechanic.
Right.
I'm just like screwed. Whereas here I'm like, I can make a play. It's not great, but
Yeah, Citizen had
yeah.
that a lot actually. You were like constantly doing suboptimal moves.
Yeah, and in the second game, I actually think that like my big flaw in the second game was actually not going with what was on the board and kind of trying to shoehorn into a strategy that I thought might work out. The cards weren't really there for it, and it just didn't end up working out. I mean, it was also just subject to bad draws, but like,
Right.
it is interesting how like, you know, one of the things that was really hard for me originally was like I never was reserving because I thought it was so like bad from a tempo standpoint, but it is interesting how like even you don't need to always make the most like optimal moves, or they're not always the
Right.
most obvious ones.
Yeah, I think with reserving, there's a couple things you have to take into account. There is like, are my opponents people who are going to be watching what I'm doing and will hate reserve, which is what I did to Citizen in the
Yeah.
second game. And I think even if I'd only reserved one of them and left you the other one, I think I had already hurt your momentum because you had a really good stack of being able to get both of them pretty quickly.
Yeah, potentially.
And so, like, that's part of it. And the other part of it is just, is there anyone else on the table who could potentially be going for these, right? And that's where you have to start thinking about, all right, where is the turning point where I can reserve this before I've telegraphed too much that I need this card, right? And so it's like, how much can I get done before I need to reserve? And that's kind of why I blocked you, because you had like only red and white cards, and the only chips you had were red and black. And there were two really expensive cards that required, one was 7 red, and one was 7 red, 3 black. So I was like, if I take one or both of these off the table, there's like nothing else on the table that you can do with what you have. And so then and that's the same reason why I went straight from that into reserving the card that I knew I was about to need, because I knew that I hadn't quite telegraphed what I was going for, but I knew that if I feel like if I bought another blue, or if I took more blue, everyone would have been looking for, why do I need so much blue on the table?
Yeah.
And then that would have immediately gotten reserved.
Yeah, in a normal game, like, I gotta admit, like, I was tunnel visioned. I'm like really tired, so
Yeah.
I actually, you could have done whatever the fuck you wanted. I would have known. I would have been like, oh, what? Cool.
Right.
No,
But that was the
surprising for
thought
me as well.
process generally.
Yeah, I mean, but that's, I mean, I think that's that third phase, right? The third phase for this game is understanding what your opponents are doing and paying attention to that.
Right.
And so once you can get there, you know, then that's when you're really like figuring it out. But
Cool.
Joel, do you have any thoughts on the game strategy? We've been talking a lot.
I mean, like everything that's been said. I just my thing with this game is just like it exhibits the like easy to learn, hard to master type of thing that I like in games.
it's a great
like
way to put it.
you can explain it and get new people in on it easily, but like the depth to the game and of strategy is like actually pretty complex, and there's lots of thought that goes into it. Anytime where like a game that can be like I can take turns that take longer than it takes to explain the game.
Yeah.
Which
That's also a really great way of putting it.
kind of an interesting thing. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's fun. I mean, like, there's definitely times in this game where I'm like, thinking about a move, and I make that one move, and you come around to the next turn, and you're like, why the hell did I do that?
Yeah, no.
So, Sofian23DZ, Tilted Table is the name of our stream. We are here at twitch.tv/boardgames, but Board Games would be a pretty, like, lame brand name. So we are Tilted Table. That is what we call
the
ourselves.
board game stream, right?
The board game stream, right?
One and only.
There are other board game streams, so we call
No,
ourselves.
we invented
It's
it.
ours.
Yeah,
We
no one was board game streaming before us, clearly.
It reminds me of the Taqueria.
So how did we get the
neighborhood.
channel name then? if
Right,
anybody
yeah.
was doing-
They just wrote that they invented the burrito on the side of the restaurant. No one's going to challenge them.
Right?
We just wrote, we invented the board game stream right there
Yeah,
on
clearly.
the world famous board game stream.
Yes. So there you have it, folks. Splendor. It's an amazing game. It's really, really tightly balanced. Mr. Draco, why is the name of the channel Board Games instead of Tilted Table? Because SEO. Because how could you give up the URL twitch.tv/boardgames once you have it?
Yeah.
Agreed.
And we weren't always named Tilted Table. We had the URL before we came up with Tilted Table. So, yeah. That's the thing. We do have Tilted Table, as you can see, because that's the name of our bot. Hey, Sophia and 23DZ, welcome to the table. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, Goofy Funny, just so you know, the giveaway this week is Heroes and Tricks, which is this pretty sweet, portable, fantasy-themed trick-taking game. I blanked on the word fantasy for a second. And as Fioriona said, you can buy up to 40 tickets because we are not picking a winner until the end of next week's stream. So for those of you who have just joined us for the first time tonight, you still have time to earn a lot of tilts because we're doing it over 2 weeks. All right, there you have it, folks. This was Splendor. It's an amazing game, huge award-winning game, 2014 Game of the Year. Definitely recommend checking it out. If you buy your games on Amazon, feel free to support the stream by clicking on the link below the image of the box below the stream. Purchases made on Amazon after clicking that link will support the stream so that we can continue making great content for all of you. As I said, we do have a giveaway, which we'll pick next week for Heroes and Tricks. As always, our giveaways are limited to residents of the US and Canada just for shipping reasons. And yeah, next week we are playing Space Team, which I'm super excited about because it's basically a game where you sit there and yell at each other about how you're gonna repair your spaceship, which is perfect for people who are tilted all the time.
Yep.
So that's what's going on. The week after that, we're going to be playing Saloon Tycoon, the Ranch expansion, which I am crazy excited about because that was probably my favorite game to come out in 2016. And they did the Kickstarter last year, and it is finally available at retail. And Van Ryder Games was generous enough to send us a copy of the expansion so we could play it for you all right here on Tilted Table. That's what's going on for the rest of the month. As always, hit us up on Twitter at Tilted Tabletop. If you have suggestions for games that we should play, join our Discord through !Discord if you want to hang out between streams, and you can give us game ideas there as well. For those of you who have been thinking about suggestions for what we could replace the beans with, definitely put those on Discord so that we don't forget them. We will take your suggestions very seriously as we figure out cool, fun, interesting challenges that we can use to make the stream more entertaining.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, that's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to let Citizen entertain you all while I go see if there's someone we can raid.
Oh, okay.
Be entertaining.
All right, so you guys see E3? They had a lot of video games there. There's like
Do we like video games here at Twitch?
There's like that one video game where they're
With all the characters?
and then there's that other one where they were like, "Where's Luigi?" And then yeah, and then they were like, "You can play FIFA 18 now for free," and then nobody clapped.
Oh, that's sad.
That was really funny.
Sadness.
And then they hired the NASL Season 1 sound guy on the Ubisoft press conference. That was funny. Oh yeah, there's Fallout, and then there's not any NPCs, which I have mixed feelings about. And then they like made that Alexa joke for Skyrim. That was pretty funny.
What was the joke?
They were like, because Bethesda was really self-aware this year. They were like, oh, we're like porting Skyrim again, and then like they ported it to Alexa, and then like
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Keegan-Michael Key was like yelling, being like, "I fusorda!"
I heard it was actually pretty fun.
It was actually really fun.
Turned out to be slightly more than a joke.
Yeah, I think it's actually on Alexa.
You can get that Alexa skill. I don't know how it actually plays, but I would be curious. I just want to hear Alexa describe the opening scene. That's really all I want.
Sophia and 23DZ, right now most of our giveaways are physical games, which we will mail to you. We'll reach out to the winner, get an address that we should send it to. Maybe in the future we might have digital games to give away. Maybe we did feature the digital version of Flashpoint at TwitchCon last year. So maybe we'll be lucky enough to be able to give away like digital copies of stuff on Tabletop Simulator or different things like that. But for now, most of our giveaways are physical games, and that's what this giveaway is. All right, so after much thought and deliberation that we spent hours on, we're going to send you guys over to check out a bunch of awesome new games because Board Game Geek themselves are streaming live from Origins Game Fair right now.
Oh, cool.
And
Why am I here watching this?
right,
Yeah.
unless of course they're trolling me.
It's a rerun. It's
Right?
a rerun.
No, I'm like legitimately
raid a
double
rerun.
checking.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a rerun. Rip. Okay, we're not going that. I'm glad I checked. I'm glad I checked.
Debated.
Doesn't look like a rerun here. I have no way to tell.
If only somebody.
If only somebody
at
worked
Twitch.
here and could tell people that.
Read.
I bet that
Live?
one is
Running
also.
Ready Run?
No,
Is this a rerun?
I'm betting it's a rerun. Oh no. I don't know. It says AFK. I'm not gonna trust that.
Rip.
Oh, AFK is just their segment where they play non-video games.
Oh, okay.
That's what
Well, in
they-
that case, we can definitely raid them.
We're good at this.
We're gonna raid Loading Ready Run instead because they're playing Fallout the board game, which I've heard is awesome. Yeah,
That actually
and
does sound good.
yeah, I've actually heard really good things about it. I really wanted to play it at PAX Unplugged. So everybody go over
There was
there
not
now.
enough time at PAX
And
Unplugged.
yeah, sub so you can unsub. Tilt the Table raid as always. Type !sub or exclamation point sub so we can shill out our sub benefits. No, !raid or !sub raid to get the raid copy pasta. We're gonna send you guys over there to check out Fallout the board game. And as always, we will be back next Wednesday, same time, 7 p.m. Pacific, to play Space Team. Thank you guys so much and have a great evening. Bye.
Bye. Cameras up.